How hard would CUPHEAD be if we only used the Cursed Relic? Which is an item that sucks so bad, and it's not even funny. What the hell does the Cursed Relic do? Is what you're probably asking. The Cursed Relic locks you in at 1 HP, gives you a shittier version of some of the charms, and randomizes your weapon every time you shoot. Okay, CUPHEAD, so why don't you just cut off my ball? And as you probably guessed, we're gonna be beating the entire game with only the Cursed Relic. The rules are, every fight must be fought with the Cursed Relic equipped, and that's the only rule. Will the Cursed Relic make the game difficult, or will it somehow make the game easier? I have no idea, but we're gonna find out. So the first order of business is getting the Cursed Relic itself, which was way more of a problem than I thought it was gonna be. No way I die on this bum, right? There's no way I die on... Oh my gosh, these stupid gnomes! No! How low was he? Oh my god! This is not good. Free me! Eventually we got it, but I wouldn't wish the torture of getting this item on anybody because it was absolutely atrocious. But now that we got it, we can go back to Aisle 1 and we can start our first bosses. And even though we have all the bad effects of the Cursed Relic, it is still the first boss of the game, so they're all still really easy. We got through the entire first aisle without even dying once. We shit on Goopy, we shit on the Twink, we shit on the frogs, we shit on the flower. Everybody literally just got shit on. But at this point, I had realized something. Once you beat enough bosses with the Cursed Relic, it turns into the Divine Relic, which is not the Cursed Relic. Obviously. There's no way to prevent this, and we can't use the Divine Relic because it goes against our rule, and to be honest, it would make the game way too easy. So instead, after every aisle, I have to go back and get another Cursed Relic. First up on aisle 2, we have Princess Bubblefwet, who honestly is kind of a scary boss to fight. If she throws out the annoying cupcake and I fuck up once, I'm just dead because I'm locked at 1 HP. And guess what she does? Yep. Luckily though, I was starting to figure out more and more about how the Cursed Relic worked. If at any time I would stop shooting, it would randomize my weapon. I could use this to my advantage and keep cycling through weapons until I get one I wanted, which in this case would be the crack shot. The crack shot is so good against the cupcake because it locks in on him and it just makes fighting him so much easier. Then in the last phase we can cycle to the roundabout, which is really good against it, and then we can clean up this fight without even dying once. Then we have Wally, who I thought was going to be a hard fight, but he got first try. Now for some reason after Wally I thought, let's not do the 2 easier bosses, why don't we go to Grim Matchstick? Yeah. Oh my gosh. What is happening? Is he almost dead? Oh my god! No! So why don't... Oh, every time I'm so... That is like 1 crack shot away. No, and I missed the parry. And what the fuck am I doing? So in normal Grim fashion, he was the fucking worst. The biggest issue I had with this fight was getting the right weapons for his final phase. While cycling through weapons, I had to shoot again to actually switch the weapon, and if I switched to the Chaser or Crackshot, both of those would target the fireballs and I would end up getting hit. Along with the weapon problem, we can't use EXs and we start at 1 HP, so I pretty much have to have the perfect run to win. However, the Cursed Relic does give us a worse version of the Heart Ring, meaning if we parry enough, we can get some extra health. But even with 2 HP, Grim's last phase still sucks, and that's assuming we get to his last phase without being hit. With this all together, Grim's fight sucked, and for some reason, on like 3 separate occasions, I got to the very, very end, like literally a couple hits away from winning. Which if you've ever had a death like this, it's not fun, especially when you're doing a challenge. There's also no great strategy to make it easier. I just have to play well and hope I get kinda decent luck with my cycles. So in conclusion, Grim and his fight suck. God, dude, I hate him so much. He's so annoying in every challenge. Eventually we did beat Grim, but I was stuck on him for a good like 40 minutes, which that was just 40 minutes of hell. I swear I'm going to start a petition to remove Grim from this game at some point. It's going to happen someday. And guess what we did to the last two bosses of this isle? They both got first tried. I'm telling you, it's always just Grim. It's just Grim. Anyways, after more eternal torture of getting another cursed relic, we're on to Isle 3. And first up we have the bee, and on our first attempt, we got shit on the first phase. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be awful. Now, I thought this fight was gonna be hard, but it really wasn't. I just beat it on the next try, which I guess the first death was just a fluke, okay? I'm not shit, I promise. I'm good at this game, I promise. Anyways, next up we have the dumb, stupid, round, ugly, annoying, dumb, stupid, dumb. We have the ugly captain up next, and since he shoots out a lot of parryable shots that are super duper easy to parry, we just had a bunch of health on this fight and he got destroyed, which is great. We don't have to look at him. Hooray! Next up we have the robot, who's probably gonna put me through a world of pain because he's a really difficult boss. Yeah, so the difficult boss, we beat him second try. Okay. Okay, so up to this point, Isle 3 has been a huge letdown, but for some reason, Sally's stage play wasn't. This is probably the last boss of this isle that I think would be difficult, but she was kicking my ass. She also trapped me in a corner, which was really, really mean. I think this fight sucked mainly because she moves around a lot, and when I'm at 1 HP, I'm a little nervous, so I would just fuck up and she would just kill me. But of course, eventually we won. And then we have the rat, and don't get me wrong, I love the rat, I think he's really cool, but his fight just isn't difficult, and I first tried him. Also, I'm pretty sure I killed him with the whetstone on accident. I tried to parry the ball, and I whetstoned him. I think that's really cool. Oh, you don't care? And then we have the mermaid, who I assumed was going to be pretty difficult. She got beat first try. Okay, on to the next fight. The Phantom Express is a fight where having the cursed relic actually helps you, which is a crazy sentence. Since we have access to every single shot, we can just get the perfect shot for each phase, and it just makes this fight so much easier. Even with that being said, we still died though. Mad. This phase, because it targets the pumpkin, and there's a lot. Okay. Why did those come down so fast? Luckily though, on our second try, we got the spread against the stupid skeleton guy, and then we cleaned up this fight on our second try. Now we're in Inkwell Hell, and to be honest, I didn't really know how to feel about these next two bosses. Every other boss in Inkwell Isle 3 was really a letdown, so I was really hoping that one of these two would be difficult. But it sure as hell wasn't King Dice, because he got absolutely shit on. I had a full 4 HP at the end of his fight. He was free. Now we have the final boss of the game, the Devil. Every boss in this challenge was way too easy other than Grim. So hopefully the Devil would be very difficult, because that is honestly what I wanted. And luckily, my prayers were answered. In my first attempts, I was getting to the third phase and I thought it was going to be easy. But I would keep on getting to the third phase and then dying, getting back to the third phase and dying again. I don't know why, but all my Cuphead skill just went out the window the second I got to the third phase. And even if I got past the third phase, I would just end up dying on the fourth phase. Like, nobody dies on this phase. I don't know how it was happening. There's no way. Thought I got around the... shit. And then I would start dying on the first phase. Like, I don't even know what was happening. I was just sucking ass. Like, I don't understand. Of course, eventually, after sucking so much ass, I locked in and I finally beat it. Oh, I tried to parry it and now I'm on one. This ain't good. There we go! Whew. Nice, nice. And there you have it. Cuphead with only the cursed relic has been beaten. And to be honest, it's not even that bad. It sounds bad on paper, yeah, but having access to every weapon and bosses is honestly such a blessing. You can just cycle through your weapons until you get the perfect weapon to fight the boss with and just stick with that one. And it just makes it so easy. It was easy for me, but maybe it wouldn't be easy for other people. I don't know. If you're curious, I suggest you go try it out for yourself. Thank you all for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And as always, that's all for me for now. I'll catch y'all later.